What's going on, money lovers? Welcome back. Today I want to break down 3 companies and what we can expect from them in the next few years. So we're going to talk about Tesla, NIO, and the newly IPO'd Rivian. So let's start off with Tesla. How can they justify their insane valuation? So there's a great article here on Clean Technica, kind of give you a good idea of what we can expect. So they're saying how it's hard after the first few years for a company to grow 50%. Let alone a company the size of Tesla. Tesla is now big enough that growth of 50% per year has never been done before by a manufacturing company of this size. Well, luckily, Tesla is not like every other company, but I think it's pretty realistic to expect them to grow 50% a year, and here's how. So Tesla has stated they expect to grow 50% on average for a number of years, and even surpass that number in the next 2 years. This growth is in both volume and revenue while steadily increasing margins. So Tesla has been selling more cars each year, and the margin or their profits on those cars is actually increasing. And this is what happens. Cost of scale, the more you're producing, you can improve those margins. And Tesla's also finding more efficient ways to build these cars, to have more effective assembly lines with their Gigapress and all different types of new innovative technologies. So Tesla's going to have 2 new Gigafactories online, hopefully producing vehicles in 2022, Tesla Giga Austin and the Gigafactory in Berlin Brandenburg. So each of these Gigafactories are designed to produce 500,000 vehicles per year and eventually even expand on those numbers. So when you factor that in alone, this year Tesla is on track to sell 1 million vehicles, and that is without Giga Austin and Berlin. You add in those 2 factories, so they sell 1 million cars, let's say in 2021. In 2022, without any other improvements, just having these 2 new Gigafactories online, we're talking 1.5 million vehicles produced. So there's a 50% growth already right there, not accounting for anything else. But wait, there's so much more going on with this company in ways that they could increase their profit margins and increase the revenue. So Tesla Giga Shanghai has become Tesla's most effective, efficient factory. They're pumping out the most cars by far, and they'll continue to scale there. So everything's going very well with Tesla Giga Shanghai. They got the Fremont factory. Now Tesla Energy, the less talked about segment of Tesla. Tesla Energy may very well one day become the biggest segment of Tesla. It could very well become a bigger revenue opportunity than the cars. We're going to get into things like these virtual power plants and other revenue streams, and more about Tesla Energy in a second. So Tesla software, they obviously have a lot going on here with full self-driving. This could be a huge revenue stream for them. You can buy the full self-driving up front for an additional $10,000, and then they're also planning to do a monthly subscription-based model. So this could be additional revenue for Tesla and also increase their profit margins. So here's an outline of the 4 factories that we'll have. Now let's look at the different software and services. Tesla has already launched Tesla Insurance in Texas. We'll see how that. Now this is obviously a long game because the insurance industry is just a labyrinth of regulations that they're going to have to, it's not going to happen overnight, but eventually Tesla Insurance could bring in additional revenue. Now these Tesla virtual power plants is not talked about enough. So basically now you can have Tesla solar panels and hooked up to your Tesla Powerwalls installed in a neighborhood. You can essentially create a virtual power plant. Well, let's say your entire neighborhood, has their solar panels running, collecting energy from the sun during the day, storing it on these Powerwalls at night, and then you can all share that power, so you reduce your reliance on the grid. And this is something that Tesla has been doing a lot in Australia already. There's a lot of areas that are prone to blackouts and just energy shortages that these Tesla power packs have greatly helped out. Recently, they deployed an interesting new example called Community Battery in Australia, an important market for Tesla's energy storage division. So as part of this new community storage model where local residents can tap into the battery power, as you can see there, the battery packs are behind these fine lads. So a Tesla project engineer described the project as a big power wall for the neighborhood. We've installed Tesla power packs. They will serve as community batteries, allowing residents in the area to store their excess solar energy from the daytime and use it at night, like a big power wall for the entire neighborhood. If you're enjoying the video so far, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop me a comment below if you have any questions. This complements other significant energy storage projects that Tesla has in Australia, a market that is craving more energy stability and lower prices, which renewable energy combined with energy storage can bring. So back in September, Tesla announced the expansion of its biggest virtual power plant in Australia as part of its new Tesla Energy plan. As I said, Australia, especially South Australia, has had a lot of power issues over the years as it retires aging infrastructure. The unstable grid and high electricity costs result in some families having to decide between keeping the lights on or going hungry. Tesla announced it had reached a deal with the South Australian government to install solar arrays and power walls on up to 50,000 homes, many of the homes of low-income families. So this is going to greatly benefit these Australians who really need the power. Tesla's been pulling more power walls to grow the virtual power plant, which provides grid services to reduce costs and backup power in case of power outage. So about the Tesla virtual power plant, it allows you to maximize your energy savings through flexible time of use rates. The unique smarts of Tesla's world-leading technology will monitor and manage your power wall, assessing usage patterns to help ensure your home is powered by the most efficient source, reducing your energy bill and benefiting your community at the same time. This is a no-brainer, and I expect to see wide-scale adoption of Tesla solar panels and their power walls in the years to come. So that's one additional segment for growth here, on top of what we already said is going to be 50% growth next year in vehicles sold, which I think will be at the low end 1.5 million. They can easily do that, and who knows, if they really scale and things are going exceptionally well, maybe they'll even double. Maybe we'll go from 1 million vehicles sold to 2 million. Now there's so much I could talk about with Tesla, but I've made a few videos in the past, so you could check those out. I want to get to the other two companies too, but just to close out on Tesla, let's look at the Tesla Semi, which recently got a visit from the CEO of Pepsi. So when Tesla unveiled their semi-truck back in 2017, they said deliveries would start in 2019. Now many have gone after the company on this, saying they never meet their timelines, they're always behind, they overpromise and underdeliver. Well, that's one way of looking at it. I prefer to look at it through a glass half full approach and say, well, Tesla could produce Tesla semis right now. The only reason they haven't is because there aren't enough batteries, and there's other supply chain shortages as well, but especially the batteries. But having enough batteries to bring the Tesla Semi to volume production has not been possible yet. So Tesla could make 5 or 10 semi-trucks, but what's the point? And especially, again, going back to this cost of scale, the more you're mass producing, the higher your profit margins become, whereas if they could only make 10 of them, they probably would be producing them at a loss. So why would they do that? Instead of waiting for the right time when the supply chains are all sorted out, there's enough batteries. So I look at this glass half full, and I'm all for it. I hope that they continue to remain optimistic with their timelines, because you know what? You shoot for the stars, and so it takes them a couple extra years to get there. But they've managed to deliver on everything they've said they would thus far, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. So by all means, continue to set the bar high, and whether it takes a couple extra years, that's a much better approach to me. I'm all for the optimistic timelines. I like a company that continues to set the bar high, and this enables them to get much further than they would have ever gone had they set the bar lower. So by all means. Now, let's go to NIO. I made a couple videos on this company as well in the past. If we just look at their most recent quarter results, their deliveries increased 100% over the third quarter of 2020, and an increase of 11.6% from the second quarter of 2021. As you can see, their deliveries from each of the last 8 quarters here, they have just been steadily increasing each year. Now, beside from Q4 of 2019 to Q1 of 2020, this company has steadily increased their vehicle deliveries each quarter. Q2 of 2020, 10,000, up to 12,000, 17,000, to where they currently sit today, Q3 having delivered 24,439 vehicles. So this company continues to grow, and I think this is another promising electric vehicle company. Now, their vehicle margin also increased year over year, which this is important too, up to 18% compared to 14.5% in the third quarter of 2020, although it was 20.3% in the second quarter of 2021. So it does make sense that this will fluctuate a little bit, but if we can continue to see that vehicle margin number increase each quarter or each year on average, then this company is going to do very well. Now, NIO is very similar to Tesla, and you can check out those other videos, like I said, on the channel if you're interested, but they're doing a lot of the similar things with solar panels and battery packs. But one thing that's unique about NIO is that they're doing this battery swapping technology, which Tesla had scrapped, but it could make sense in China, more population dense, especially in big cities where you don't have room to put these giant charging stations everywhere. Instead, you just drive in, have your batteries swapped in and out in a matter of minutes, get a fresh new battery, and I think that this is an interesting approach, and it's just something to keep tabs on, but it could be very successful. So I like NIO. So I have some shares in NIO. I did pick up some more when it dipped down to the low 30s here at around $33. So my cost basis currently sits around $40. CEO of NIO, William Li, is an innovator also, and he's been compared to Elon Musk. Check out the other videos I've made on NIO. I'll link them in the pinned comment below if you're interested in learning more about NIO. Moving on to Rivian. Market cap is $136 billion. Now, having said that, Rivian has built 56 of its trucks as of October 22nd, or that it comes to about 2 vehicles a day. And the EV startup has delivered 42 pickup trucks to customers, most of them employees. So you ask yourself, does the delivery of 42 electric pickup trucks justify a market cap of $136 billion? I will leave that to you. Now, they do have some powerful backings from the likes of Amazon and Ford. Amazon had put in an order for 100,000 electric delivery vans from Rivian, and Whether Rivian is fueled by promise or by Jeff Bezos' desire to spite Elon Musk, again, I'll leave that up to you to decide. These headlines do raise questions. Rivian, with $0 in revenue, is now the third most valuable car maker on the planet. So make of that what you will. But let's look at Rivian's team and what they're going to bring to the table here. So Rivian's CEO and founder started the company in 2009. The investors, like we said, include Amazon, which owns a 20% stake, as well as Ford Motor and Cox Automotive. He's got a doctorate in mechanical engineering from MIT. So I think it's just too early for Rivian. So I'm definitely not going to be investing in Rivian at these current prices. It's too early for this company, and it really has not justified the valuation here. And I think that this is going to have to come back to reality sooner rather than later. But I hope Rivian does succeed. You know, I'm not rooting against them, that's for sure. And we're just going to have to see what they can do. Now that they're public, spotlight is on them, and it'll be up to them if they're going to be able to deliver. Remember, Elon Musk has said creating a prototype is easy. Getting to mass volume production is hard. So that is what bankrupts most companies. So we'll see if Rivian is up to the task, but many that have come before it have failed. Will this time be different? We'll just have to wait and see. So if you enjoyed the video today, please don't forget to like, subscribe, drop me a comment below. This is Vinny from the Investment Club, and I'll see you next time.